All right, guys. Hey guys, thank you for taking the time to take a look at this presentation. My name is Jamar John Johnson. I am originally from New York City. I'm a former Marine and Naval officer, and I'm here to talk to you about the Bitclub network opportunity, which is an opportunity to take ownership in the Bitcoin revolution and take part of what we call cloud-based, pool-based mining. So I'm going to go through a quick presentation here. I'm going to try to go to at a decent speed, but I do have a show at the Comedy Store to get to tonight. But I want to give a special shout out to Philip, Christy, Brian, Terrence, and Kenny, because they're making this video especially for you guys. Listen, a lot has been happening in the Bitcoin space. As of 5/19, November 19th, so the week of Thanksgiving, some amazing news has transpired. As I look at the market cap for Bitcoin right now, it's $134 billion. Bitcoin is over $8,000 at $8,037.67. You can go verify that yourself on market cap. By the time you look at this presentation, the numbers could be different. So Bitcoin is very volatile, but I just want you to keep that in mind. I have coin market cap right here in front of me. You can take a look there. As you can see at the time of this presentation, Bitcoin is $8,037. The market cap is just about $101 billion more than the second closest cryptocurrency in Ethereum, as you guys can see right here. So this is Bitcoin. We're at $8,000 at the time of this presentation. So please keep that in mind as I get to some of this stuff, because things happen so fast in this space that it's hard to keep the numbers in check. So let's talk about this real quick. You can't get wealthy by simply working for someone else. If you're trading hours for dollars, you're just never going to get to the point where you can stash enough and make money passively. So what we're about to share right here is how to be leveraging yourself at the right time when it comes to Bitcoin. So what we're going to cover, in 2017, there's two dynamic shifts in the world. All right, Bitcoin is just past 8,000. You see it says 6,000 here. This was a few months ago. Things are happening quickly. That means that if you would have had one Bitcoin 2 months ago, you would be up $2,000 right now. For the year, Bitcoin is up over 900%. There is nothing like that in the world, whether it be real estate or whether it be the regular stock market. Right now, the U.S. considers Bitcoin a commodity and not a currency. So it is an unregulated market, but we're going to get into that here soon. Ethereum is also exploding on the blockchain. I told you it's the second largest. We have the opportunity to leverage the highest financial leverage in history. Bitclub has just reached $1.5 billion annually in 2017, and that is from members pooling together their resources so that we can gain control and access to more of the mining pool that the world is partaking in to try to race to get as many Bitcoins as possible. And we're going to talk about how to get to 15,000 a month in 60 days. And that, of course, that's leveraging the ability to share this opportunity with people and create small little residual pockets that you can then reinvest to buy more mining so that you can own as many Bitcoins as possible. So real quick, let's go over a couple of things. So Bitclub is the fastest direct marketing company in history to reach $1 billion a year in sales. And we've done it in 3 years. The company's been around for almost 5, but we've reached $1 billion in sales in 3 years. The highest number of 100K to 500K earners in the network marketing industry. And just for those of you who might have a little bit of trepidation about network marketing, here all it is. When Uber gives you the opportunity to share your code with someone, they get a ride, you get a ride. That is essentially what we call mouth-to-mouth referral marketing, or now it's text-to-text or social media posts, for example. So network marketing is not simply someone running around with lotions, potions, and magic bug juice. It's just people sharing things that they believe in and that they earn. So that's the reason why I'm sharing this presentation with you guys today. So if you have any trepidation about it, go ahead and stop the presentation now and save yourself the time, maybe the 10-15 minutes it's going to take for me to go over this, because I don't want to waste anybody's time. I only want to show this to people who are absolutely looking for the opportunity of a lifetime here. Just a quick little backstory about me. In 2010, I graduated from the Naval Postgraduate School in Systems Engineering Analysis, which is a mouthful, but essentially I learned programming, I learned engineering, and obviously I learned program management, connecting that all together. Now, I saw Bitcoin hit the scene in 2009 when I was finishing up grad school, and in 2010, I was looking for an opportunity to put about $1,000 into Bitcoin. I didn't try hard enough, and it is the biggest regret of my life, because $1,000 at the time when it was trading at 5 cents would be 20,000 shares. At today's price, we're looking at over $160 million that I would be worth right now. So listen, time is of the essence. We don't know how soon and how quick this is going to rise. It's nowhere near mainstream. There are less than 7 million users worldwide. And because Bitcoin is scarce in nature, as supply and demand increases, the value of Bitcoin will increase, okay? So real quick, a little bit of history about Bitcoin. It was first created in January 2009. That's when the first transaction was made by the anonymous Satoshi Nakamoto. No one knows what he looks like, okay? But further on, in February 2011, Bitcoin was $1 per pair, right? So in 2010, when I was finishing grad school, it was less than $1, okay? In March of 2017, it was only worth $12.50. Okay, which was in parity with gold per ounce. And in August of 2017, it was just at 4,500. So you can see it has starting to pick up some serious steam. There's been some tremendous things in the news. Australia is using it partially to back their Federal Reserve. Dubai is building a blockchain-based economic system for themselves. Excuse the beep for that. But the point that I want you to understand is that things are happening rapidly and right underneath your eyes, and you might not be aware of it. So I lost out big on Bitcoin. It will not happen again, and I'm hoping that you will understand why in a couple of minutes. So let's check it out. There are over 147,000 retail locations that take Bitcoin right now. These are some of the big companies that partake in it. You can see here Apple, Tesla, Virgin, Overstock.com is one of the first big online retailers. Amazon just bought 2 cryptocurrency Bitcoin-based URLs, so something big is coming in the way with them. So listen, you have to keep your eyes and ears open and read everything you can. Do your own research. Obviously, never invest anything that you cannot absolutely afford to lose, but this is the opportunity of a lifetime. So Ethereum came onto the scene in July 2015. It had gained 4,000% in 1 year. Okay, so these cryptocurrencies are a major source of wealth generation and a chance for Main Street to compete with Wall Street. Okay, because we are at the same level of information depending on how hard you study this stuff. There's another coin out there called Zcash, right? Zcash went from 250 to 410, 4,100% since 2016, okay? So we're talking about major opportunities. Now let's just compare the anemic conventional mediums, the US dollar, right? We deal with inflation all the time. Gold going up very, very slowly, 1.9%. Real estate, 5% a year, not bad. Mutual funds. The problem is 5% a year. Can you retire off of that? If you've got a 401k and you're saving $5,500 a year in the U.S., if you're in the U.S. watching this, if you save that for 30 years, is that going to be enough money to retire even with a 20% return on that overall? Probably not. Annuities, come on, anemic. Stocks, Forex, all right. Do you want to sit and trade Forex all day long behind a computer? No. Okay. So what we're going to talk about is where Bitcoin is headed. So cryptocurrencies are absolutely exploding. Experts like this gentleman right here, Michael Novogratz, he is a retired billionaire who's come out of retirement and took 150 million of his own dollars to put up to invest and create a hedge fund with the goal of bringing together $500 million. There's some clips. You can YouTube this guy, type his name in and type Bitcoin, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. Okay? Mark Cuban. For years and years and years, Mark Cuban was actually rather bearish on Bitcoin. Bearish meaning he wasn't a fan of it. He thought it didn't have a lot of upside. Now he's quite bullish, meaning he thinks it's going to go up. He had a Vanity Fair interview he did on YouTube about 3 weeks ago, and he says, listen, if you're adventurous, have at least 10% of your income in Bitcoin right now, because the first trillionaire will come from this industry. Here are some other notable, important individuals, billionaires, millionaires that are invested in Bitcoin and blockchain technology. Peter Thiel in particular is an interesting character because he was the co-founder of PayPal. His other co-founder of PayPal was Elon Musk. Elon Musk is doing some amazing things with SpaceX, with Tesla, okay, with his solar company. But you got to understand that these guys know where technology is heading, and they're billionaires, and they have been mining for years. Richard Branson, a known Bitcoin miner, okay? He has a division of Virgin that specifically focuses on cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. Get to know, Bill Gates believes one Bitcoin could be worth $1 million. Go Google these guys, YouTube these guys, and see that I'm not making this stuff up, okay? Pause this presentation if you got to. Open up another tab and Google these names in relation to Bitcoin. It's going to be astronomical. Here you have Kay Van Peterson, who predicts that Bitcoin will reach $100,000 within 10 years. I think it'll happen actually sooner before that. He predicted that Bitcoin will reach 2,000 by the year 2017. We are at 8,000. Look at this. I'm gonna bring it back in front of you. Look, this is CoinMarketCap. Look, here's the website, coinmarketcap.com. Okay. It is no joke, you guys. Bitcoin is on the rise. You've got to educate yourself, right? Remember the guys who originally started Facebook and then Mark Zuckerberg stole it from, right? The Winklevoss twins. They are founders of Gemini, which is one of the biggest online exchanges that trades in Bitcoin back and forth. Tim Draper, a billionaire investor, made $16 million with Bitcoin so far. This was a few months ago, so you know that number is even higher now since Bitcoin has almost quadrupled in 1 year. Here's some top Wall Street strategists who see Bitcoin cannibalizing the gold market and being worth as much as $55,000. Now check this out, you guys. The gold market, and actually let me just close this out. The gold market is a $3 trillion market. Right now, Bitcoin has 1% of that market. If Bitcoin just gets 5% of the gold market, that puts Bitcoin at roughly $27,000 to $33,000 per Bitcoin. If it's at 8,000 now, that means it's going to triple, potentially quadruple. Okay. Do you want to miss out on that opportunity? I don't know. It's up to you. But let me continue. Here you have you have a genius wonder boy who creates Ethereum, which explodes on the scene because it took Bitcoin and it added one layer on top of it called smart contracts. Smart contracts allows you to create all types of applications, and the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance has teamed up with Amazon, IBM, Toyota, JP Morgan, Bank of America, Citibank, and over 200 more companies. And they're creating integration to work with all of these suites from Microsoft and Intel on. This stuff is crazy, and we have the position to mine both Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a few other coins that I want to talk over soon. So here you have Vladimir Putin, who meets with Vitalik. Vitalik is the inventor of Ethereum, who took Bitcoin and made it like Bitcoin 2.0. Russia is integrating Ethereum in their banking system even right now. The shift towards Ethereum is part of a drive to capture competitive advantages over the West. China is actually using Bitcoin as recognized national currency. Okay? So Australia is actually using some of Bitcoin to secure up their Federal Reserve. Dubai is now using blockchain to create their new economic system. The point that I'm trying to make here with some of these highlights is that the time is now to act. And there is a way for mainstream to get involved without it being risky and gambling. See, because one option you have is to go buy one Bitcoin right now for $8,000, okay? And then hope that it goes up and pray that it doesn't go down. They actually have a term for that. It's called HODL. HODL. Hold on for dear life. Now, that's not a strategy that I would like to take part in. I want to know that I have a safe long-term strategy that actually my risk decreases over time. And we're going to talk about that. Fred Wilson, the CEO of Etsy. You guys know Etsy? Etsy is an online platform where artists, it's like a marketplace where artists can put their works of art online and receive digital payments from all around the world. The market cap of Ethereum will bypass the market cap of Bitcoin is what he believes. So Ethereum does have some people who think it's going to be bigger than Bitcoin in the end, but right now Bitcoin is over $101 billion more than Ethereum. We have some more folks. The CEO of Cryptocurrency Fund and Polychain Capital. Ethereum is much richer organic ecosystem which develops very, very quickly. That's what he believes. But the point is, rather than simply speculate, why not take part in both markets all at the same time? We can do that with our mining pool. Here is the CEO of Fidelity, okay, Abigail Johnson. She says the company is now mining cryptocurrency, but even more than that, not only have they been mining Bitcoin and Ethereum, they have now seen themselves in the profit because it costs millions and millions of dollars to set up these mines. These mining facilities are filled up with thousands of machines, heating, cooling. They need to be monitored and managed to make sure nothing breaks down, but Fidelity is already in profit. McAfee, anybody remember this guy? McAfee software on your computer? He is a big believer of Bitcoin, but he understands that actually having secure Bitcoin is the most important part. Because the worst thing you want to have is someone hacking your computer, hacking your phone, and getting access to your digital bank. Barack Obama said that Bitcoin is like having a Swiss bank account. Bitcoin is like having a Swiss bank account on your phone. And if you have a Swiss bank account, that's a lot of power. That's a lot of power you're wielding. You want to make sure you keep it secure. And McAfee's a big proponent of that. Everybody's trying to get in on blockchain technology. Burger King launched a Whopper coin in August. Now, I don't know about you. I don't really mess with Burger King like that. But people are taking this technology, the underlying technology, and they are running with it because it is so powerful. Kik, which is like a messenger, like WhatsApp, it launches their own cryptocurrency, right? And it's going to be a Canada-based cryptocurrency, okay? Now, everyone is jumping on the bandwagon, but Bitcoin is still the clear winner. The Singapore dollar, right? They're going digital with their money over in Singapore. I've been to Singapore 3 times. I've been to Hong Kong. Very advanced technological country. There are some really great advantages to going digital, and countries like Singapore are taking the lead. Okay? There are a lot of central banks that are going crypto, right? The People's Bank of China is doing trial runs to create its own cryptocurrency. The Dutch Central Bank has created its own cryptocurrency for internal circulation to better understand how it works. And they're going to test that internally. Government of Estonia is going to digitalize their currency because they already allow you to become an e-citizen. If you look at Estonia, you can become an e-citizen for a couple of $100. So listen, there are a few ways to make money in Bitcoin. You can buy a Bitcoin and hope that it goes up. You can mine a Bitcoin and pay some initial upfront capital and then earn Bitcoin over time or a lifetime. Or you can have services or products that you sell, and in exchange, you take Bitcoin for it. Now, here's the thing. Bitcoin right now is 8,000. So what's better? You buy one Bitcoin for 8,000. It says 6,000 here, but we just saw that. Let me show you again. Bitcoin is 8,000. Let me refresh this. Let me refresh this page because it might have went up. It might have went down. Let me refresh the page. Okay, $8,032. So you can buy one Bitcoin for $8,032, or you can buy a mining hardware pool for $3,500 one time, plus a membership fee that you would pay one time, $99 membership fee, so $36 total, and get 3 to 5 Bitcoins or more over and over and over again. Which one sounds like a safer bet? How about this? Instead of spending $8,000, how about you buy 2 mining rigs, as you can see here, for $3,500 each. So now you paid $7,000, and you get 6 to 10 Bitcoin. 6 Bitcoin at at 8,000 is $48,000. Which one sounds like a better investment? Pull out your calculators. I'll wait. Pretty simple, right? Pretty simple to understand. Now, we've got some leverage, okay? Why mining Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, okay? Because you can take, if you just bought into it, you could potentially, all right, you take a 70% gain or 100% gain a year to 1,000 to 5,000 plus. You're creating leverage because we are creating the machine, the vending machine that spits out the coin. Also, when that's the case, let's say you buy 2 Bitcoin machines now, 2 miners, and they're $3,500 each. So you spend $7,000. Let's say Bitcoin drops from 8,000 to 3,000. If you've got 2 miners, you spent 7, but you spit out 6 Bitcoin this year. 6 Bitcoin. And actually what I'll do is I'll pull out the calculator to just show you. All right, let me pull out the calculator. Let me launch pad. Boom. Let me launch that calculator. Bam. So you spent $7,000 on 2 machines. So let's say Bitcoin drops in price. It's now $3,000, but you've got 6 of them. Boom. You just made $18,000 that year. So even if the price drops, you're still winning because you're creating coins. Do you feel what I'm saying? I'm so excited. Listen, I got a couple of minutes left. I got to get to a show, but I want to finish this and get this out to you guys tonight. Next thing, here is the mining facility. Our mining facility is located in Iceland. Now, I have not been there yet, but I do. One of my close friends who got me into this business, his name is Sean Lynch. Happy to put you in touch with him. He has his own footage. He went to the facility at the end of October, right? It said Halloween, everybody was trick-or-treating. He said, I'm spending my money to go visit this and see how real it is. It is absolutely real. Bitclub has been around for almost 5 years now. A little over 4. We are serious about this. Serious about this. All of these are racks and rigs. There's cooling, there's fire prevention, there's safety, there's security, there's monitoring, okay? We have recently made a purchase order of $42 million a month on equipment. All of these miners, look at these miners. Miner. All of these boxes, these are all the miners. As our team grows, we can pool our resources. And by pooling our resources, we create a network that partakes and shares in all of the gains of the pool. Okay? So right now, what I want to do is I want to show you the hash rate of the blockchain. So right over here, this is a website called blockchain.info. This is a public block explorer where you can actually go and see the data on who's mining what, okay? And see who's getting the rewards. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. China has a major advantage. They get really cheap energy. Here's the hash distribution ratio. China has crazy amounts of free energy, and they're mining like madmen. Now, here is the graph. As you can see here, all of these companies, China, they are dominating the space. Here you see Bitclub Network. We have 2.1% of the total amount of Bitcoin being mined. And listen, we want to make this percentage bigger. If we make this percentage bigger, we increase our odds of getting the coins coming our way. And then we can only do that by building out, by pooling our resources together, okay? We used to have 5.8%, but other people are buying more and more equipment. So it is a race. The bad thing about China is that we can't buy into those blockchain, those pools. We're blocked out. We're not Chinese, and we're not accredited investors. Over there, they require you to have $1 million or more, okay? So here's the Ethereum. Here's the Ethereum hash rate. We have 4.4% of Ethereum's hash rate in terms of hashing power, which is the ability to earn more. And you can go check these stats out right now and see them for yourself. See the current updates. This is the website, ethereumchain.org, statistics miners, and see where we are. It changes all the time. So let's talk about the profit system, okay? Let's talk about how we leverage what we do, and we give you different buy-ins. Now, I mentioned $3,500, but you don't have to buy in for that amount. You can get a membership for $99, which kind of locks in your position, and you can begin to refer people, but you don't start earning until you get at least one pool. Here's how it works. When you buy a pool, you have 1,000 days of mining with that pool, but also you get 50% commission and then 50% repurchase. Now, what that repurchase is, it is reinvesting in adding additional mining days. So it extends the days. It helps pay for the electricity, the maintenance, and the running of your unit that is located in the facility. Now, if you wanted to, you could have this machine delivered to your house and you can mine from home if you wanted to. But then at that point, you are mining individually and not as a pool. When it's in the location in Iceland, you are part of the pool. When you take it at home, you're just mining individually. So you can buy one pool, and over time, as you get profits, reinvest those pools, get an additional pool with some of your profits. There's 50% commissions. You can pay that into that and slowly build your way up to the 3,500. So you don't have to start at the 3,500, but when you start at 3,500, you not only do you get a share of all three of these other pools, there's some additional bonuses, there's some greater compounding, there's some internal coins that we're working on using, and that is one of the added benefits. Plus, I just showed you the math on getting your return on your investment. If you can get 3 to 6 Bitcoin back, $3,500 is a small investment to make to keep getting those Bitcoin year in and year out. We also mine other altcoins, alternative coins, Ethereum, Zcash, Monero. You can buy into those pools at these numbers: $1,000 for the GPU, and then a founder is $5,000. And these do run out, but you can buy back into those at later times because the chips and the processors for those do change rather quickly, but not as quickly as Bitcoin. Real quick, let's just go over a quick compounding. Let's say you bought a $3,500, which is all three pools, and let's say you can produce 1 Bitcoin with that. And let's say the second year you produce 2 more, and in the third year you can produce 2 more. Now, if right now Bitcoin is only 4,000, 5 of those would be 20,000. So that would be a 575% return on your initial 3,500. But we know it's already 8. So let's say you got 5 times 8. Well, that's $40,000. 3,500 for 40,000. That is a huge return. And this is the point. What happens when Bitcoin goes to 30,000, 50,000, 100,000? Now listen, we're not making any guarantees. We don't know what Bitcoin's going to do. But if you have more coins, you're not as worried. You're playing it safer, and the cost over time averages out. So look, here's some 3 factors that affect mining. You have the blockchain difficulty, which is the level of difficulty that raises over time. As more machines come online, the algorithm that helps you calculate Bitcoin increases in scale, and it goes up and up and up, and it's harder and harder and harder. And this is to maintain the time frames, which is every 10 minutes having new coins issued. That's the whole goal. Bitcoin is a blockchain that's designed and programmed, and so it adjusts itself based on the strength of the network. There are periodic halving events. Every 4 years, Bitcoin is designed to program to release half of the Bitcoin out into the ecosystem. The next 4-year mark is 2020. It happened already in 2016. In 2020, it'll reduce. So let's say right now, every time we get a block right, we get around 12 Bitcoin. Well, what's going to happen is in 2020, that number will drop to 6 Bitcoin, right? So every time you get a block right, it'll be 6 Bitcoin. So over time, as you can see, it's going to be harder and harder to get Bitcoin. So the more you can grab a hold of now, the more you can stack. And then as the value increases, you're going to really profit. Equipment does wear out. Listen, and these things are running 24/7. It gets hot. No matter how much you cool them, the equipment does wear out. So both of those things have to be factored into the upgrading and maintaining, and that's where that percentage of reinvestment comes back. And I mentioned to you that over here, when you only buy pool 1, you are forced to put 50% back. And pool 2, you have to put at least 40% back, and pool 3, 30%. But when you become a founder, you can set the percentage exactly how you want. But keep in mind, if you put it to 0, then it does run out after 1,000 days, which is a little over 3 years. Now keep in mind that as a part of the club, all of the maintenance and upkeep is at no cost to you. We're going to make sure we keep the pool fresh with the fastest equipment so that we can mine as many coins as possible. Now look, here's the thing we know, especially from the military, I learned to trust but verify. Okay? Here are 7 facts about our reliability, and documentation beats conversation any day. You have 100% owner. We have 100% ownership of the data centers. Okay, those we own these. There has been $100 million a month in customer acquisition. We are building and growing collectively to try to make sure that we can get more of that market share. No one has ever lost money in Bitclub, meaning there has never been someone who didn't get paid, didn't partake in the sharing that happens every single day. No one's lost money. We have no complaints with the Better Business Bureau or regulatory in 104 countries. Now keep in mind, if you're watching this in America, Bitclub is not open to America. In order to be a part of Bitclub, there is a way we do it where you go through a VPN, because Bitclub does not want to have to deal with US tax law and things like that. So there's a way that we go around it to make sure that you can become a member, but make sure we keep any kind of tax liability separate. Okay, transactions are 100% in Bitcoin, so you get paid out in Bitcoin. You buy in Bitcoin, you get paid out in Bitcoin. Mining and commissions are blockchain managed and automated in real time. So it's not like a human is deciding when you get paid, right? It's not like when you get paid, it's Friday coming, you got to wait to see if you're going to get paid. No. Blockchain automates and manages that. It's like clockwork. We have an efficient back office with multi-currency settings, so you can change and you can adjust how much you get altered in. And it's real-time monitoring, and it's reports that you can check on, okay? We want you to know that this stuff can be verified. We're not playing games. If we do smoke and mirrors, one person comes out and says they've been duped, and the whole thing comes crumbling apart. It's not what we want. This is a long-term game. Bitcoin will be mined until the year 2140. You and I will be long dead and gone. This position, this mine, is a willable asset. And I apologize for the people vacuuming above that still live in an apartment. This is a willable asset that you can send to your kids and your grandkids, etc. So keep that in mind. So here is a full, this is a website you can go to see a full video on the comp plan. I'm not going to get into it too much right now because I really am not trying to hype this up. Okay, there's a lot that can be made, but let's just say you have your mine only gives you 1 Bitcoin a year. At this point in time, that's $8,000 a year for a $3,500 investment. So think about that. This is a binary system, so there's a left team and a right team. And watch this video to go more in depth about how that works. It can be kind of complicated, and I don't want to confuse anybody. I just want to really get down to the point. So the bottom line here is that Bitcoin is going to 100,000. Me personally, I've been studying this for 3 years. I think it could very easily go to $1 million in, let's say, 20 years or so. But let's just say in the next 3 to 5 years, it goes to $30,000. Would it be worth it if you got involved with it today? That's a question. Only you can answer, okay? I think it will be, and that's why I'm rolling all in with this. Here's Bill Gates. He is one of the strongest believers of cryptocurrency. He has billions of his money, his own personal money, invested in the technology. He's doing some stuff to help the world with vaccines and medications. And if someone like that could put that much of his money, billions invested, can you put $3,500? 36 with the one-time membership fee, so $3,600. Do you think you can find other people who are interested in that? Now, telling other people is completely optional. You can have your mining rig, you get your 1 Bitcoin a year, and if you're fine with that, that's great. But by telling other people and getting small commissions, those pile up and allow you to then buy more mining rigs. I don't know about you, but I want to own as many of these rigs as possible because I want to be able to print out and mint as many Bitcoin as possible before the next halving event in 2020. If I can get a hold of 6 Bitcoin, 7 Bitcoin, even 10 Bitcoin, and they're worth 20,000 in a couple of years, that's a significant amount of money, and that'll keep printing from here on. So today, at the time this presentation was made, it was only $150 billion market cap. The market cap is already over $200 billion right now. So the whole industry, the whole world is starting to be a part of it. You got to ask yourself, are you ready to join it? Are you ready to enhance your lifestyle? Are you ready to create some residual income in your life? For some more tools, support tools, you definitely can check out a website that I'll send you if you're interested. Text me back and I'll get that information to you. Just to recap, let me go over here and show you guys one more time the market cap. Bitcoin has a $134 billion market cap. It's trading at 8,000 for one Bitcoin. The time is now. So like I said, you can mine it, you can buy it, or you can earn it through services. So I do have a service that I do provide, teaching people about Bitcoin, the basics. There's 10 basic questions about Bitcoin. You can get a grant of $100 to use on a platform other than Bitclub, but I use that as an introduction for people who just want to dip their toe into Bitcoin and blockchain and learn and understand it before they make a more fuller commitment. So if you're interested in that grant, email me or text me and I'll give you the instructions on what needs to be done to make that happen. Along with a couple of links. So thank you guys for your time. I am Jamar John Johnson. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamarJ. And looking forward to seeing you on the other side. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. It's not a get rich quick. As you can see, it's slow and steady. You want to print out those Bitcoins over time and then create some real wealth and generational wealth at that. So thank you for your time. I got a few minutes to go get to my show. I really appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Share this with anybody that you think could benefit from this, learn from this. Even my small offer at the end for $100 Bitcoin grant. I would love to help be of service to you. There's a documentary called Banking on Bitcoin, which is on Netflix and it's on YouTube. You can watch it for free. If you don't have Netflix, you must check it out. And if you have Amazon Prime, there's at least 13 documentaries about Bitcoin, so you can really learn and learn from it so you can make a decision. Time is not running out, but the mistake that I made was by not putting $1,000 in, cost me $150 million plus. I'm not going to let that happen again. So join me and let's take it to the top.